critical to the day-to-day operations of everyone from our police department to our park services, is inadequately funded. I could go on and on, but let's talk about the future. We had a staff meeting yesterday discussing the Governor Doyle project, what's going to happen on the block of municipal building. And I'm sure that everybody in this room is deeply concerned and interested in that project. And while we are moving forward with the concept, the financing does not work. Something will have to change in our near future to make that project go forward. We were discussing the parking element yesterday. We were discussing how we do have the capacity to do the replacement parking on that site, but do not have the capacity to deal with any of the other existing parking ramps in the city, most of which are close to 50 years old, and will need replacement. I said to the staff, that's Sophie's choice. Do we go forward with Governor Doyle? Do we save our parking revenues and focus on the older half of the Lake Street ramp? Then there's the question of how do we put together the financing? How do we put together the financing to make the hotel work on that site? I am determined that we are going to go forward with these plans. I am determined that we are going to make them work. I am determined that it is going to happen, but I also know that it can only take place if we engage in the soundest of fiscal practices. We have to face the reality that we cannot fund every single project, every single program, and that we have to make tough choices. The character and the future of our city is at stake. One thing I'm sure of, as wonderful as we are doing now, and you'll see that in the remainder of this hour, we will not have that legacy for our future generations unless we are prepared to make tough, uncomfortable, difficult choices. I wish I could leave you with a less somber note, but I believe it's my responsibility to make it very clear what the choices are. I am prepared to take the consequences, but it is more important that as a community we examine our values and determine our future. And I can say this about Overture in conclusion. 10 years from now, we can take two routes to the year 2022. We can fully fund Overture and have a city in chaos with middle-class flight, with rising levels of poverty in our schools, weak neighborhoods, and at that point, I'm not so sure that Overture is strong. Or what we can do is we can cut back on Overture, strengthen the city, and in another decade, we can have everything. But the tough choice has to be made now. Thank you.